90% of Forex traders lose money in the long run. But when it comes to trading profit accounts, the stats are actually true, or you might say even worse. When it comes to trading profit challenges, about only 18% of traders pass phase 1, and out of that 18% of traders that pass phase 1, only about 31% pass phase 2, and only 4% of these actually reach their first payouts. That's without blowing their account, meaning out of 100,000 people that purchase a profit challenge, only 223 people will reach their first payout. And that's how hard it is to succeed in Forex trading. What I'm going to be showing you in this video is the trading strategy that I'm going to be using to pass a $50,000 profit challenge account from FTMO that I just recently purchased. This is going to be like a video series where I'm going to be documenting all the trades that I take during the challenge phase and my thought process taking these trades. So eventually, if I pass the profit challenge and get to my first payout, which hopefully I believe I will, you guys can see how I did it and how you guys can do the same. This is the first video of the series, so I'm going to be showing you the introduction to the trading strategy that I'm going to be using to pass the challenge. So without wasting any more time, let's get into it. All right, so let me show you guys the account real quick. All right, so this is the FTMO account. You can see 50K. You can also see start FTMO challenge. Right now, 50K accounts. I haven't really placed any trades, so you can see here nothing. Maximum daily loss is $2,500, so I must not lose $2,500 in a day. Maximum loss is $5,000, which is 10%. So this is 5%, this is 10%, and I need to make 10%. Hopefully I pass the account. So let me just show you guys the trading strategy real quick. All right, so let me just quickly explain the trading strategy for you guys so you guys can understand. When I'm taking the trades, you can see what I'm taking. So now the simple foundation of the basic foundation of the strategy is based off of this. We're gonna at the beginning of the session, at the beginning of the day, we're gonna have an Asian session. Right, we all know the types of sessions that we have. We have the Asian session, the London session, and the New York session. So at the beginning of the day, the Asian session starts and it lasts for about 6 to 8 hours or 10 hours. And then what's gonna happen is price is gonna be consolidating inside here, right? Price is gonna be consolidating inside here. Then what's gonna happen is at the start of the London session, market is gonna break to the upside or to the downside in either direction, anyone it breaks to. But in this example, let's use the downside. So the market breaks to the downside, right? What I'm going to be doing is I'm not going to be taking the breakout. I'm going to be looking for the market to reverse back up because of my strategy is based off of market manipulation, and this thing happening here is basically manipulation, inducing people to take sales, inducing breakout traders to take sales. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be looking for a W formation to form here and then to take this back up. Now I'm going to be buying in here on the second leg. I'm going to be buying here on the second leg, right? And if they give me an M formation at the highs here, I'm going to be selling on the second leg. That's basically how the strategy works, but that is just the beginning stage of the strategy. Now, understanding that's what I'm going to be looking for my entries. Now, before I look to enter, there's a particular structure that I want to see on the charts. Now, that structure takes multiple days to form, and it's a structure, I call it the weekly structure because it's like a combination of the daily structure and the weekly structure. Daily structure expanded into a weekly view. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be showing you Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday all together. So this is going to be Monday, this is going to be Tuesday, this is going to be Wednesday, this is going to be Thursday, and then this is going to be Friday somewhere in here. All right, let me push this to the side. So what I'm basically going to be looking for, I'm going to be looking for the same pattern, but on a larger time frame. Now, what I showed you, the pattern that I just showed you was on a 15-minute time frame. That's what I'm going to be looking for on the 15-minute time frame. Now, before I go to the 15-minute time frame, I always look at the 1 hour time frame first before I go into the 15-minute time frame. Now, on the 1 hour time frame, this is what I'm going to be looking for. So we're going to have Monday here, Monday, then the next day, Tuesday, then the next day, Wednesday, then Thursday, and Friday, right? So what I'm going to be looking for is on Monday, I'm going to look for the first Asian session for the week. So the first Asian session for the week is going to be the Asian session for the entire week, right? Looking at the macro structure, right? You can choose to expand this to the end of the week, but I usually just leave it here. The first 8 hours of the week, first 2 candles on the 4-hour charts, all right? So what I'm going to be looking for is price going to consolidate here on Monday, right? And either break to the upside or break to the downside on Monday, right? So let's say in this example, price breaks to the upside on Monday. What I'm going to be looking for at the end of Monday is I want the day to end at a pullback. So I want the market to go up and then basically pull back down, maybe like 10 to 15 pips back down. There's no exact number of pips, but 10 to 15 pips might be a good range for price to pull back down and then begin to consolidate and end the day going into Tuesday inside this consolidation, right? So what I'm going to be looking for is this. Once price consolidates inside this session during our Asian session on Tuesday, we're going to have the same thing. Price should break out of that Asian session on Tuesday and go to the highs. Now, this high here is going to be the high of the week. This is going to be the high of the week. HOD. Sorry, HOW. High of the week. H for high, O for off, and W for week. So high of the week, this is going to be high of the week. Price is going to go back to that high of the week. I usually draw a box here. Price is going to go back to this high of the week. And then I'm going to be looking for price to reverse off of this level, off of this high of the week. Now, this is the 1 hour charts, by the way. 1 hour charts. So this is going to be happening on the 1 hour charts. So since this is on the 1 hour chart, when price approaches this box, and once price touches this box, this is like my point of interest, POI. I don't usually use those terms, but this is the POI, the point of interest that I'm going to be looking for to sell. Once price taps this area, taps this box, I'm going to jump on the 15-minute chart. On the 15-minute chart, I'm going to be looking for an M formation to form in here. So I'm going to be looking for something like this, right? And once price forms this, I'm going to be selling right here. I'm going to be selling in here like this. All right, I'm going to sell directly there. Once the market forms that second leg, I'm going to be forming in there. Now, looking at this on a macro level, you're going to be looking at an M formation with your Asian session consolidation here. All right, but on a micro level, that's when I jump to the 15 minutes to look for an entry. Then I'm going to be looking for sales somewhere in here. All right, same thing goes if the market breaks to the downside, just invert this. Looking for something like this, and then Tuesday we're going to be looking for this. Now, this can happen. This thing that happened, this move that happened on Tuesday can happen on any day. It can happen on Wednesday, it can happen on Thursday, it can happen on Friday, because sometimes they're not going to give you the structure on a Tuesday. Now, what I mean by that is this. So this is going to be our points of interest here, right? Sometimes what's going to happen is they're not going to come back to that area directly on Tuesday. Maybe they might come back down on Tuesday, maybe chop a bit, go back up. They might go back here on Tuesday and then give me the formation like this. Then I'm going to be selling. I'm going to be selling in here, right? They can do this. They can also do this on Wednesday. So sorry, on Thursday. So this same pattern can work on Wednesday or on Thursday or Friday. So if they don't come back to this high all the way to Wednesday and they give me the information at the high, I'm going to take it. If they give me the same thing on Thursday, I'm going to take it. If they give me on Friday, I'm going to take it, right? So as long as they give me either on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday, I'm going to take each and every one. But the high probability ones that I like is the one that comes on Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday. Friday sometimes is not really high probability. Market doesn't really move much. And if it moves, it's usually news, but not on that. So now, this pattern that happened on Monday can also happen on any day, right? So it doesn't have to happen on Monday. So we can, let's say we have a box here. So they could, maybe they went to the upside, ended the day in consolidation. They didn't pull back. If they didn't pull back, there's nothing for me to look for. Let's say they did not pull back. They just ended the day at the extremes, consolidated, and then made their move up. That move could happen on Tuesday. So if they push high on Tuesday and then they pull back and then they begin to consolidate going to the Wednesday, that's when I'm going to be drawing my box on Wednesday. So I need to see this pullback action. If this does not happen, then I don't look for anything. I need the market to pull back about 10 to 15 pips. Remember, there's no specific amount of pips that I'm looking for on the pullback. It's just how I see it. I've trained my eyes to know the ones that work and the one that doesn't. But for you guys that want, if you want to trade the strategy, I would recommend, depending on the pair, also like a 10 to 15 pips pullback. That should be enough. It should not be specific. It should not be strict. Just around that range, 10 to 15 pips. The more they push, the more pips away from the high they pull back, the better. So if they pull like 30 pips, 20, 40 pips away from the high, that's also good. So this behavior can also happen on Tuesday, right? It can happen on Tuesday. It could happen on Wednesday. Sometimes they might go up Monday, go up Tuesday, go up Wednesday, and then make the pullback and end the day in consolidation. The next day, Thursday, that's when they're going to make the move and then reverse. They could extend everything till Friday. It just depends on what market makers want to do or want to give me on the chart. But I know that once they give me that behavior, I'm looking for the sells at the point of interest at the highs at the half of the week, and then to take it back down. And if they give me on the other side inverse, the low of the week, I'm going to be taking it back up. So let me just show you a couple of examples of this on the chart. Now, there was a trade I took on Friday last week, GBP CHF. Let me just show you an example here on the chart. So, no, it was on Euro CHF. Yeah, Euro CHF. All right. So we have Monday here. All right. We have Monday. This is the Asian session for Monday, the gray box. So you can see Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So this is the box. The first 8 hours is the Asian session. So this is about 9 hours. No, it's 8 hours. Yeah, from here to here, about 8 hours, 9 hours. All right. This is the Asian session for the week. You can see how price just consolidates inside this area. For Monday, consolidated also on Tuesday. They made the move on Wednesday. Remember, I told you that they can extend the move all the way up to Wednesday before they make the move. So you can see they went all the way up and then they pull back and then started consolidating. Now, there's no exact number of pips they need to pull back, but this is about 15 pips. This is about 15 pips pullback. So you can see they formed like an M, they pull back, and then they ended in consolidation. So you can see how they ended in consolidation here. That is the Asian session for Thursday. All right, so this Asian session here, you can see how they went back to this high on Thursday. They went back to the high on Thursday. This is going to be the high of the week at the moment. Before they made this move on Friday, this was the high of the week. All right, so this is the high of the week. This is my point of interest. So you can see price went back to this high. I remember I told you once price goes back to that high, I'm going to jump on the 15-minute chart to look for entries. So if you go on the 15-minute charts real quick, if you go on the 15-minute chart, you can see price, after price consolidates during the Asian session, this gray box, you can see price breaks to the upside here and gives me this M formation at the high of the week. Once I get this information, I'm going to be selling. So I simply took my trade. I took a sell here and put my stop loss above about 10 pips. And then wrote this down for 1 to 2 risk reward. I usually go for 1 to 2 risk reward down to the low of the previous day, which was here. All right. So this was a very clean trade. It was in profit in just about 30 minutes. Yeah, about 45 minutes, I was in profit. 2 candles almost to the TP, and then they pulled back and they went to the take profit. So this is my playbook. This is what I'm going to be looking for. This is my A+ setup. This is what I'm going to be using to trade the 50K accounts, 50K FTMO accounts. Now, this is Monday, so I'm just going to be going over the trades that I'm going to be looking for the week, right? I usually go over them at the end of Monday. So once all the trading activities that happen on Monday, I don't usually look at the chart on Monday, but once the trading activities have happened, all the moves have happened on Monday, then that's when I look at the charts to look for possible trades that's going to happen either Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday. All right, so now looking at the chart, I start on the 1-hour chart. I've already done this on Friday, all right? But let's just go through it. So we can see price has been going to the upside. We can see here that Monday price is consolidating. So this is the Asian session for Monday. What I'm going to be looking for is I'm going to want to look for price to head all the way up here to look for sales. So you can see how price was going all the way up and then pulled back and then ended the day in consolidation. All right. Ended the day here in consolidation, ended the week in consolidation, and then started a new week. What I'm going to look for is I'm going to look for price to go back to this high and then give me an information, and then I'm going to look for sales here. Here on Eurocard, price went all the way up, came back down, started consolidating. Now, this is actually very far. This is quite far from this area. This is about 50 pips away. I don't think they're going to go back up there. I don't believe they're going to go back up there this week. So I don't think anything is happening right here on this pair. CAD CHF. I drew out this zone here. Let me delete this. Right now, this is Asian session for the week here. They have broken to the upside. I haven't really seen a good pullback. They haven't really pulled back. They're just consolidating right now. So if they can pull back and come back down here like this, then I'll look for sales tomorrow. But right now, nothing. Euro CHF. This one already made the move. Well, let's see if they're going to come back up there on Tuesday. So This is the high of the previous week here, and then they came all the way to that high. I'm sure they formed an information there. Yeah, they gave an information there. But tomorrow, since I've seen this pullback on Monday, so remember the pattern that I showed you, we have the Asian session and then it broke to the upside and pulled away. This is the area I'm going to be looking for sells tomorrow on Tuesday. How many pips away did they pull back? They pull back about 13 pips away. So let's see if we can, if price comes back to this high on Tuesday, that's tomorrow, I'm going to be looking for sells at that area on USHF. Up here is this GBP This one has been going to the upside. I'm gonna be looking for sells at this high. If they don't go back up here and end the day, so if they continue back down a little bit and end the day, I'm gonna be looking for sells at that high. JPY, this one, they broke the highs. Nothing really going on this pair. Euro CHF, this was the high of the previous week, Friday. They came back to the high. Did they form an information there? No, they did not. So basically, if they can go to this high here, so you can see how they broke out. If they can go back to this high, I'll be looking for sells on that pair. This pair, nothing really going on. And then CHF this pair has basically been consolidating all week. If they can come back to this low, I'll be looking for buys. This is the low of the previous week, of the previous 2 weeks. All right. I'm going to be looking for buys at this low. So this is what I'm going to be looking for. Hopefully I get a good trade. So hopefully I pass the account this week. If I don't pass it this week, let's say hopefully next week. But I believe that probably next week I should be able to pass the account. But if it does not, if I don't pass it next week, then hopefully within 30 days I should be able to pass the account, move on to phase 1 of move on to phase 2 and into the live account and then trade the payouts, get the payouts, get my first payouts, and then more payouts from there. So in the next video, I'm going to be showing you guys the risk management plan that I have to pass these accounts. I'm going to be explaining what I'm going to be doing in terms of risk management, managing my risk, and managing my trades in the next video. So stay tuned, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys on the next video. All right, peace.